So I don't want to sit here and make it a huge deal when we're talking about QB3 on the roster, but I do have to say something, and it does aggravate me a little bit. I got to keep it real, man. I know Jaren Hall supposedly suffered an injury, and maybe that has a lot to do with why this move happened. But when you look at who we swapped with, now they said Vikings did a QB swap pretty much where we waive Jaren Hall and we bring in Brett Rypien. Okay, when you look at Brett Rypien and you look at the production on the field, now I was talking to Papa. Everybody, most people on the channel, they know Papa, and he's going to talk more about it tomorrow night during the live. But he was saying, well, it's in the bloodline. Like his father won a Super Bowl and won Super Bowl MVP and this, that, and the third. Listen, I told him there's plenty of players. Randy Moss' son got drafted. Nothing happened. Jerry Rice's son. And the list goes on and on. Like, yes, your father being somebody successful in the league sometimes can play a part in your success when you enter the league, but not all the time. There's more times that it doesn't happen where it does happen, right? And that's how I feel about Brett Rypien. It's like, listen, it's okay that his dad went there, but when I look at the stats and I look at 9 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 5 fumbles. Like, come on, man. Like, listen, this is another prime example of, Sean Mannion-esque type vibes. It's like there was other options out there. I mean, I know a lot of people are down on guys like Desmond Ridder, but shoot, I like Desmond Ridder. There's guys that are down on Tyler Huntley, but I like Tyler Huntley. I would have much rather had a quarterback like that you have evidence that can at least come in and win some football games. I don't even know if Brett Rypien can actually win a football game if it comes down to it. And for every touchdown he gives you, he will throw 2.5 interceptions. Now, when you think about it on the other side of the coin, if you're looking at it like, okay, well, he's a great study guy. I think that's what a lot of, what Zimmer and them saw in Sean Mannion. Okay, he's a great study guy. Not only is he QB3, but he acts also as a QB coach. Right now, we don't want to put that responsibility on the player. I'm a firm believer in coaches need to coach. So we already have Josh McCown to be there to be the QB coach, and that's what he needs to do. Now, it's one thing to have your peers in the same room and y'all can study together, help each other out, but you shouldn't have the responsibility of having to coach a young guy because you've been in the league X amount of years. If that's the case, you just need to be a coach. Now, this is the thing, man. Brett Rypien, this move does nothing. Okay, so I put out a tweet and I asked the fan base, for the little followers I do have on X, and I said, rank this QB room. What do you think it is? We got Sam Darnold, Nick Mullins, and we got Brett Rypien now. And the majority of them said 28 was the highest I seen, right? Without the troll saying number 1 and all this. But 32 was the most common answer. Like the 32nd ranked QB room in the NFL as far as most of our fans are concerned. Well, not most of our fans, but the fans that are on my page and my channel and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, I can guarantee if you put it out to the masses of Vikings fans, I'm sure that trend would continue, right? Because it's underwhelming. It really is, man. I'm going to be real. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to support this. And yes, it takes more than just the 3 guys in the QB room. We have 53 men on this roster. So there's 50 other men that have to contribute to make sure that this team wins. And I'm going to sit back and believe that Kwesi and KOC, and every time a quarterback move is made, I really lean on KOC because I feel like he has the influence over that. So him going after a guy like Brett Rypien, there must be something there, some kind of thing that he believes like, hey, if things go sour, especially what I went through last year, I have faith enough in this guy where he can at least maybe win us a couple football games because that's the most you'll probably get out of a guy like him. He is a backup quarterback, career backup since he's been in the league. I mean, it just is what it is. It's nothing to hoot and hurrah about. Him swapping him with Jaren Hall doesn't move the needle at all. But I think what really has me more upset before I go, this is the main reason why I'm upset with the move, is because regardless of the injury with Jaren Hall, you went out and drafted Jaren Hall. Jaren Hall actually had a great preseason this preseason. He looked more comfortable in your offense. He looked like he was developing. He looked like he was taking steps forward. And that's the whole point. He's a 4th-round pick. We didn't expect him to come in and be QB1 year 1 or year 2 or even year 3. But guess what? You work to make him QB2 at least. You get him fresh out of college. You get to really mold him into who you want to be. He learned your offense, and he looked like he was running it pretty well the past 2 preseason games. Now, the first preseason game, it was a little shaky, but even that game, he had a comeback victory against the dang Las Vegas Raiders, man. So I just don't get it, man. This is another one of those things that just kind of it's mind-boggling in my opinion, only because it doesn't really move the team forward, and I just feel like there were other options out there rather than Brett Rypien. Now, I'm not gonna sit here tomorrow night when Purple Papa come on. He's very high on Brett Rypien, and I'll let him tell y'all how he feels and why he believes Brett Rypien is the Minnesota Vikings savior. But I'm not going to really go there because, again, like I stated, we are talking about QB3, so there's really no stress involved because the chances of him actually playing are super low. We really hope that as Vikings fans that Sam Darnold gets to play all 17 games. And not only does he play them, but we just hope he plays at least average level. Okay. Some games we want to see some really high performance type games, but then if he can keep the majority of them average, I think we'll be okay with this whole team put together, because I still think we'll be competitive as long as the quarterback can run the offense at an average level. We're not asking you to be Tom Brady, Sam Darnold. We not. But we do not want to see Brett Rypien hit the field if it doesn't have to. And that's the reality of the situation. Y'all let me know, man. I feel bad for Jaren Hall, man. I feel like Jaren Hall should have been a Viking. He did what he had to do this preseason, man. He proved himself that he can stick on the team, man. I think the injury definitely is the player, which is unfortunate, man. But hopefully we get to see him again, or hopefully another team gives him a chance, man. Let me know how you feel down in the comments about Brett Rypien. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.